Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. That's a quote from the late Nelson Mandela.
It's a big message being carried on by Dr. Oz's nonprofit group, Health Corps. And Rita Garcia is here for more on the group's impact right here in Houston.
Well, good morning, Jose and Melissa. I want you to take a good look at this button right here, okay? Before I show it to everybody at home. It's a heart, exactly. That's a good observation. Yeah, chances are if you have one of these, you are familiar with Health Corps. Notice the symbol. It's an apple, it's red, and it symbolizes health and knowledge. And it's also the core curriculum in Max Blumenthal's classroom.
How much fat is in each one of these? You think that this fat goes with that? You think this fat goes with that?
Fast food.
So you think that one's got 50 grams?
Fat facts.
You can touch it.
Dare to play in Cafe Oye.
Right, so we can't see the fat in these foods, but it's there. And so when you take it out, like, would you want to eat this?
That's a big no from the majority here at Sharpstown High School. It's also the answer Mr. Max Blumenthal, the Health Corps coordinator, was hoping for.
So we're taking these fun, interactive lessons that they get the kids up, moving around, doing all sorts of hands-on activities, and then they're actually building skills that they can take home to their families and take home into their lives and into their futures.
Personally, I did it more to my family. My uncles, he used to go a lot every day to fast food eating, and I told him to stop. This is bad for you. You should go eat more healthier. So now, he prepares a healthy meal, everything low fat.
Call it a health plan or maybe just extra credit, since this is the only school in the state of Texas with this type of program.
So if the percent daily value.
Health Corps is Dr. Oz's nonprofit. It was founded in 2003. The president, Michelle Bouchard, says the movement stems from one of his patients, a 20-year-old who was morbidly obese and needed triple bypass surgery.
And he went in to tell the family she'd made it, and they were all celebrating by eating fast food. And he knew that they loved this woman, and he thought, if they only knew that this had contributed towards her going into the OR.
That's when Dr. Oz self-funded Health Corps and thought it'd be perfect in schools, where mentors like Mr. Blumenthal can get the kids early and serve up healthy advice that, surprisingly, kids are seeking.
We want to know about how our bodies work. We want to know how to be less stressed. We want to know how to be more active.
The program offers that and some. In fact, there's too many groups and activities to name. But we can say Health Corps continues to grow with students actively seeking out those resources. And like Mr. Blumenthal says, all it takes are these types of interactive games.
This one goes here. This one's got 50 grams. Hey, Yesenia.
Since sometimes,
how much do you think fries has?
Seeing is believing.
You wouldn't just open up the bag and eat it? There you go. Here. Thank you for playing.
Thank you for playing. I like that. Notice all of them were wearing this nice pin there. Okay, so aside from all the fun interactive activities that Mr. Blumenthal mentioned, by working with a lot of these kids, he's actually noticed and observed that they often fade and they lose energy towards the end of the day. So this program is really evolving with Health Corps. He's hoping to start implementing an afternoon snack time to keep those energy levels up so that students stay focused, not just in his class, but really all of them, Melissa and Jose and Dr. Oz. So, this is such a wonderful program.
Rita, thank you very much for taking a little time to spend in the school in Sharpstown. This is a classic example of the challenges we're facing in America. We've got kids who we think are the Achilles tendon of our society. They're gaining weight, they're developing chronic illnesses. Eventually, it'll bankrupt our society. Half the kids who are Latino right now, we believe will be diabetics by the time they're our age. So Health Corps is an opportunity not just to change how they gain weight, not just to change how much physical activity they get or how they pick their foods, but as you learn, Rita, it's much more about mental resilience. How do you make your mind ready to deal with the stresses of life, to navigate that serpentine path towards success in life? And these kids that Max is training, and Principal Gasparello, I want to give him credit because it's always the principal who makes these things run. These kids are getting a much more holistic approach to what life's all about, which is what education needs to be.
And Dr. Oz, the other thing that I noticed with these kids is they're telling me, we go home, we tell our parents, we're telling our friends, we're telling my uncle, stop eating the fast food. So they're spreading the word like wildfire, which is perfect.
Well, and I think it's brilliant because so many times, how many times do the kids, not listen to the teachers necessarily, not listen to parents that much, but when you have a young, cool mentor telling you, all of a sudden those ears perk up and they're listening.
Exactly.
They won't listen to me. I've got calcified neuronal processes. My own kids won't listen to me.
Okay, Doc, should the program start early, let's say middle school or junior high school, rather than high school? Because the minds are developing in those early ages.
Ideally, we'd start in preschool. The earlier, the better.
Okay.
The reason we go after high schoolers to Rita's point, is they become activists in communities. They actually will go to a local store and say, you know, if you have whole grain bread, my parents will buy it here. I'll get everyone in the school to buy it. So business people will start buying healthier foods. We deal with food deserts. Plus, we can send high schoolers back into middle school and elementary school. They can pass it on. They can mentor. Because we have the big brother, big sister, basically. And if you want to be part of the program, healthcorps.org, please check it out, because we always love getting great applicants to be these mentors, these volunteers. And they do get paid. They're like Peace Corps volunteers.
Right, right. Well, they love every minute of it, you know.
And then the high schoolers get the information, and they can pass it on. And so the entire community begins to be influenced. And the best part of all, and I love this, is when a mom says, you know, my kid came home last night and started arguing with me. And I said, what about? He said the food in the refrigerator wasn't healthy enough. Listen, kids are going to fight it with us anyway. They might as well fight about what you want to fight.
You're winning the fight. Thank you so much for making a difference in our community.
I want to thank you guys for talking about, and by the way, Michelle Bouchard, she's from Houston. Although it's a nationwide program, the person who runs it from this little town.
Oh, yeah, she was telling us her heart is definitely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Doc.